His clone. That'll do.
Firstly, I think his talents are really good.
Hello, OG. Roll forward. Hello, and goodbye, Ogre. It was really, really nice knowing you. This will allow OG not only to get first blood, this Ogre is all over him. And now, okay, maybe he'll still be able to get it. And OP Newer is coming. The Sunstrike's going to hit Anna, but there's not enough damage. Maybe with the Ignite and the damage from the tower, Anna, Jirax trying to push him further away with the bottle recharges. Anna will even stick around for an extra move over and trigger off the shrine. Looks like meanwhile up on the top lane. Oh, that aggressive clockwork dies to the Jakiro and Lifestealer combination.
Lifestealer actually went 2 and Feast. You don't see that very often. Almost always just 1-1-1 at level 3. But maybe that little bit of extra damage, not something that S4 was prepared for. Also, I think this build has extra merit in a lane versus a clockwork because you don't always have mana for rage.
Yeah. Or mana for both when you're trying to go for those kills. So sustain is great. And you only need to have 110 mana to work. Rolling boulder from Jirax. That was a little slow and a little off target. Trying to use that observer ward, which is defensively placed on his side of the river, to just line up the Ogre. Oh, wow. That's actually a really nice Searing Chains. There's no Quas on the Invoker. So he's not a real tanky style Invoker. He's having to burn through a lot of consumables to stand in the lane.
Normally, the way you counter that is just by tornadoing as soon as they go on you. So I'm a little surprised that he didn't go for the Crosswicks because it's a far more common build.
Jirax, he's going in for it! He's looking for the kill on the Invoker and he's got it! The perfect kick, the perfect control on him. And Jirax in a bit of trouble. There's finally your point up in Quas, so keeps the Earth Spirit under control. But you remember the old days of, okay, maybe not. I'll never get to this point. Sven, nice Storm Bolt over onto. There's no Ice Path, but if Notel sticks around, he can still get hit by the dual breath. And that will keep him in range for a sprint into Crush.
Remember back when Toby was trying to tell his story for the first time?
Yeah, it was a great time. It was almost as old as the story of Loda, which I was trying to say, where he would used to go the hand of Midas on that safe lanes event when he knew he'd get a lot of space.
I think that was before Echo Saber. Echo Saber was just so good on Sven that it's really hard to pass up. And of course, that was also before the times of the new and improved Helm of the Dominator, which I also think is very good on Sven, especially if you have the ice armor to deal with the Lifestealer and the Slardar.
And Jirax, not for the want of trying, is always trying to get into that Invoker. It's still pretty neck and neck on the CS between the two of them, but it's keeping the Ogre in the mid lane, and maybe that's what they're looking for even more. They didn't see the Jakiro come in. They only see the Ogre. Now they'll see the Jakiro. So first stuns, the dual breath as well. All is going to connect with Cold Snap. The ticks just continue on the Ember Spirit. And it's this double combination when you've got both Alacrity as well as having the Ogre Bloodlust.
Nice damage on the Lifestealer.
He went for that hook shot. Point blank range, but with the battery assault, they should keep the control going, and he needs to reach the creep so he can infest. He's not in range. Now he is. Infest in. He actually hit one of the big creeps, and now with the extra help arriving from Ogre, Jirax will make a little bit more of a buffer between him and S4.
That's exactly.
That was a really nice hook shot to close his distance, but he used it to chain stun both of them.
They're buying time. It's all about bringing Anna in range to the Ogre. He's got Searing Chains available. Doesn't want to trigger it just for him. So Slide of Fist first. There's an extra spirit. Fly's holding by. The Sunstrike's coming in. Anna, the Shallow Grave will keep him alive. You've still actually don't have the mana for another Shadow Wave. So the kick from Jirax, this is all about the disengage. Even rolling bouldering down, more catch him by surprise. And the rolling boulder comes forward, but it's the Ogre Magi. He was there to help out. He was meant to tilt the balance of that fight on bottom lane, but now on the run, the kick is nice and quick, and that's very dead. Yeah, he's going to be the obvious target. S4's not going to commit too much for this one, but the bigger target is actually a mid lane. It's Notel dying. With a smoke rotation, they went for the infest blink rush. Now, Cold Snap over on Notel. They need to get first the stun and the ignite. Keep that Cold Snap rolling and burning. Not enough mana to actually trigger an open wound, so Notel looking to try and turn him on this fight. With the Shallow Grave, you have a little bit longer to fight. A Shadow Wave is also available, burning. Backing out, remember he still has that toggle with the Tornado. Notel actually toggling even harder with a hook shot forward from S4. They catch out the Invoker, and Jirax plus the Ember on the back line did so much damage. IG will lose 4 heroes. 4 staff down, the rocket up, so they have the vision over on the Invoker. The Stormbolt going to be actually dodged by Ghost Wall. As Q starts his TP, there is the stuns available, so he will not.
On the backside, it looks like, and they don't have a sentry ward over there.
Nope, they do have one on the Ogre for now. Oh, the Storm Bolt with the damage is a mix of physical as well as magical, and a pure spectacle of death. And IG, the main course for OG, is OP locked inside the cogs, kicked down. And that Veil did so much work when they again need the control factors of this Invoker. But now with the kick, the rolling boulder, and the cogs, Invictus Gaming, Lifestealer and Ogre bite the dust. S4's looking for the kill. He'll need to find Q in the tree lines. But he's got the haste rune, so with Battery Assault, yeah, he'll get the stun off. He reaches it in time with the help of the 4-staff. So you can say goodbye to the Jakiro as well. Roshan and multiple kills coming the way of OG.
Another 2 to SM. Yeah, more heroes will bite the dust.
Quick kick back by Jirax. All he wants to do is put the Ogre into a bad position. Slan's in the neighborhood, but what are you going to do? If you blink it and crush this, you're probably just going to give a secondary kill. So there's no reason to take that risk. The bottom lane where there's something to come from it. Fly wants to get that shallow grave off, but he just can't get his arms up in the air to do it. The cold snap causing too many issues, but now it's S4's turn. Support for support with the Infest out. Anna has to jump away pretty quickly away from the Sunstrike. So Q picked up by S4, the Battery Assault does the work. Side fist down from Anna, and now has to Spirit jump the other way. Can't get the secondary jump off. Unless he wants to buy back and be part of this fight. Maybe that's the reason why Burning is now looking to run to the west. Stormbolt will fly out. He has the Rage available, and with the cogs burning, he'll have to Rage and TP to get out to freedom. But now, okay, there's too much damage coming his way. He just has to Rage and try and run it off, but it's not going to be enough, even with the open wind trigger. Oh, nice, real nice silence. With the Storm Bolt, no, Yule Scepter. The dodge up from OP with the Slide of Fist plus the dust, they see him. Speaking of that, Jirax, what are you doing? Just rolls himself
up to the die now, Bobaca. He's stayed here way too long. Quick weave, gonna lose all that wonderful armor that is the Ogre's. And he is mincemeat at that point.
It's okay, you don't really care if the Ogre dies right now.
Maybe mid lane, you might care about that. Notel, the BKB, he's being protected by the Crimson Guard as well, gets away from Burning. S1 to hook shot in to buy a little bit of space, but in comes Earthspirit. Jirax looking to come in through the side. They don't keep the chase going, so a lot of missed abilities by Deafening Blast as well as the kick from Jirax right underneath that Observer Ward. Notel's got Blink available, so this is a very, very quick and simple kill. Jakiro was doing his farming before he was even looking to do the D-ward. With Bloodlust and 4-staff, he might be able to do a lot. Is he jumping out? Yeah, he's waiting. Waits for the right time to catch the Ember Spirit out. Now with a follow-up stun to S4. S4 doesn't have an easy way out. He'll Battery Assault, triggers off the Crimson Guard. But he's already lost his Ember Spirit, so he's already lost a lot more focus on involved. He can always just bring in that Sunstrike. Able to hit pretty hard on the Jirax. Notel is already pretty low too. S4 locked inside of his own cogs. So he'll stick around, beating into the Ogre Magi with open wounds. S4 now nowhere to run. The 4-staff will push him out of range of the Ice Path, but you've got the Invoker coming into. Starts with the EMP burn. S4, there's no way he was escaping from that.
Very quick Roshan. Wow.
Too long again. Q overstayed his welcome. 4-staffs up, but stun, silence, magnetized, hook shot it, and actually hit the creep wave more than anything else. So Q with the 7 one-shots will survive a little bit longer, but there's no one coming. Q has to accept his own fate. He is good. He is dead.
Very, very good. And Deafening Blast is also very, very good.
Well, small opening on the Ogre. Watching that top lane where the gank was coming in from the Life Stealer. The BKB triggered off. The Shallow Grave's already been used too with the Sunstrike. S4 just waits out his turn. More supports on the way as the Tornado coming over from OP. Notel hunting down that Life Stealer. He's got Phase Boost to run through, but is it enough Life Steal with S4? Hook shotting in. They have a lot of damage, and Notel just hits him hard with a crit.
I guess they don't want to have that great of a way to punish that, especially with the Slaughter still down.
Nice rooting coming in from the Searing Chains and the kick, pushing Jakiro back into harm's way. He gets a perfect Ice Path, catching out Notel. He's trying to toggle it out. Remember, he does have that Aegis the Immortal with a Stormbolt onto the Ogre. They'll expend everything they've got. Quick Yule Scepter up. Jirax trying to create more space, but another game as we've managed to resume. Ogre gets quickly picked off by Q, and the retreat out through the base. S4 is actually stuck inside the base underneath the tier 3 tower. With the Tornado going to pick him up, the EMP burn's going to be there too, so he's got no mana. He's trying to hook out, but Bobo, he was right in the line, so he couldn't get the perfect hook, so S4 will die, and IG will repel OG.
They know that Notel's still sitting in that little tree line, but they jump forward, they go down, and they're chasing down after S4, but with Notel, BKB triggered, there's a terrible amount of damage into Burning. 2 heroes lost for Invictus Gaming. Anna will jump back. S4 able to survive with the gem. Battery Assault will also cancel out the TP of the Ogre, so he won't be able to survive. But they're chasing down the bigger hill. It's the Invoker. Won't happen. So back down to the Ogre to kill him off. 3 heroes lost, all do however.
Well, Sven destroyed in that fight, and really great positioning by Dazzle. Like, I don't know how Fly always does it. He doesn't have any mobility items, no Force Staff, no like Glimmer, no.
He's
like,
just
sitting under smoke.
Always in the right place.
No Blink Dagger. He's just, oh yeah, no problem. One of my teammates gets jumped.
Why did they go on S4? Out of all the heroes they could have gone on, they went for the Clockwork, even though they had the vision of the Sven.
You don't want to go on the Sven.
Well,
it's the tankiest.
Yeah, unless you get the stun on him at the very start.
Yeah.
That Clockwork's still walking around with like 30 armor.
That's true. Lifesteal is pretty good at dealing with those strength heroes with large amounts of HP. I would like to see them kill the Earth Spirit. I think they saw the Earth Spirit in the back with an Observer Ward, but maybe he was standing a little bit too far north because it's kind of heavily obscured by trees. So IG's heroes will all respawn in about 15 seconds time, Ogre being the last of them. Won't it be enough time? They will use the glyph to buy them some time.
Fairly certain Jirax also saw that sentry ward down. He jumped in with a gem. So yeah, he definitely saw it. Anna, Lincoln Sphere is going to be triggered. There's that Yule Scepter going to work. Hits the Ice Path as well. So actually with the pushback, no, there won't be enough.
No one stopped his Blink Dagger. And Ember Spirit's almost level 25 now. That's a big power boost for him. I would say even way bigger than Invoker's AoE Deafening Blast. So that's definitely something that you pretty much have Searing Chains or even Rage. Like those are all both things that you don't really want to use.
S4's going to go up. The Blink Crush on the back lines, keeping no tail out of the fight. They push him in range of the tier 3 tower, but with his BKB triggered, happy to walk through the Ice Path. He's got the help of Fly, just on basically the back heels of him. And Anna is the one that slows this down. So the Sleight of Fist here in chains, jumping in deeper and then Spirits away. Remember, he's still not up at level 25, but he at least forces the Shrine usage out from Invictus Gaming, who then smoke up, looking for their own opening. There was no vision of that from OG, and that's the reason why the Earth Spirit caught out of position. Does he die from the Tornado Fall? Yeah, he does. Gemma True Sight is now lost for OG, and he's dead for 70 seconds.
They showed us Sven on the
are
right
they
side.
TPing into this middle lane? No. You're not.
OG if they don't make things happen with this Aegis.
That crush just off target. S4's going to lock him inside with the Cog Amplification's already up. Lifesteal will pop out. The Ice Path just trying to create a little bit of space to get out, but S4 hook shots back in again, looking for a target. Maybe with the kick and the control, they find it over on the slider. They have it, and even the extra slow is onto Ogre Majai. Lotus Orb will try and protect him. The push up, maybe this is the bigger kill, however. Burning, silence up. No-Tail needs just one hit. Blink comes off cooldown, and there it is. One hit to the crit. Q pushed back up by Jirax. Now he's stuck up on a clip top, and the rest of the support is there. Q will slowly fall. They just watch him die. Bit by bit, he'll tick down, push down, but the Gem of True Sight regathered. And the push coming into the top lane. Buybacks galore from IG. That's all they've got left. So just a quick Deafening Blast, Meteorite, anything you've got just to make it so No-Tail has a little bit more trouble. But now that Jirax has his Aghanim Scepter, no one's in any real trouble.
The front line of OG has been playing incredibly well. Like, it's just so hard to bypass the Sven and the Clockwork. And Sven is godlike in this game, and he's like outputting a ton of damage while being incredibly resilient.
Caught the live stealer. Also managed to get the silence on him. The follow-up kick from Jirax. Can they keep it going? Livestealer still cannot rage. He cannot infest. Remember, he doesn't have buyback. He already expended it. But you got 13 seconds till IG are back at 5 men, and they're not even going to have that time. Jakiro down for almost 100 seconds, and No-Tail looks to the opening. Lincoln's has already been triggered. He doesn't have the Bloodthorn available, but he's got a huge amount of physical damage. One swing, there it is. And this may even be the game with Invoker buying back. He cannot die again. The jump forward, the damage on his men is high, but you've still got Fly right behind him. Gets the Shallow Grave off. OP looking for his target too, and the best one they've got is Anna sitting inside the base. You get the quick bash, but again, you're losing heroes, and the hook shot in. S4 goes for the play, the 4-star foul, but OP's in trouble. He's down for 2 minutes. That's the opening that OG really wanted. Burning kept off the front lines. Jirax is chasing him and actually kicking him further out. They might get a battle under the Triumph. They can trigger this now. Burning will have a little bit more life, but you've got the Shallow Grave, you've got the sustain, the Blink Crush. Space might be created, but is it going to be enough? The Yule Scepter up from Slider. He'll break free of the Bloodthorn, but not from Anna. A quick Sleight of Fist and Fly with the Shadow Wave damage. He'll find that kill. 4 heroes down for IG. It's only the life stealer left alive. A little bit of missed skills there from Ana. So doesn't get the perfect control on the life stealer. But OG are just doing their work, and they will call it IG. We're going to a game 3. OG will force it, but it wasn't easy.
I don't think I've ever seen a life stealer controlled so well as in this game. And Rampant